Ah, the Rome Masters Final. A perfect Sunday afternoon with the sun shining brightly. The stage was set for an epic confrontation. Jannik Sinner, the Italian prodigy, was ready. His game is built on aggressive court coverage, and he moves with incredible speed and grace. Yet his shots carry immense power, allowing him to turn defense into attack in a heartbeat. The home crowd adored him, their cheers echoing his every move. Facing him across the net was Andrey Rublev, the Russian powerhouse. His backhand is a true weapon, feared throughout the tour. Rublev is known for his fiery on-court demeanor, wearing his emotions openly. This passion can fuel his game to incredible heights, but sometimes it can be his undoing. This matchup promised fireworks, a classic contrast in styles, yet both players are aggressive baseliners. Sinner's more calculated, strategic aggression against Rublev's raw, unadulterated power. Their head-to-head record was tight, adding another layer of intrigue. A prestigious Masters 1000 title was on the line. The historic Foro Italico was packed to the rafters. The time for talk was over. It was time for these two titans to let their rackets do the talking. The match began under a clear blue sky. The first few games were tense, cagey affairs. Both Sinner and Rublev held their serves with relative comfort. They were feeling each other out, like boxers in the early rounds. Sinner's first serve percentage was high, his placements impeccable. Rublev's forehand was already firing on all cylinders, painting the lines. Then, Rublev made the first move. In the fifth game, he dialed up the aggression on Sinner's serve, and earned a crucial breakpoint. He pounced on a slightly shorter second serve and unleashed a thunderous backhand return. Breakpoint converted! Rublev let out a massive davai, his fist pumped vigorously. Sinner, however, is not one to crumble under pressure. He walked calmly to his towel, his expression stoic and composed. The first set continued its gripping narrative. Service games became intense skirmishes. Neither Sinner nor Rublev was prepared to yield an inch. The rallies grew longer, more punishing, with incredible shot-making becoming the norm. Sinner's astonishing agility was on full display. Rublev's power remained relentless, hammering huge ground strokes from both wings. The scoreline advanced, ticking inexorably towards a potential tiebreak. With the score knotted at 5-all, Sinner found himself serving. He faced a precarious break point, a truly massive point in the context of the set. He responded like a champion with an unreturnable ace down the T-deuce. He followed it up with another powerful first serve, forcing an error from Rublev. Game Sinner, 6-5. The pressure now swung squarely onto Rublev's shoulders. Sinner sensed his opportunity. Rublev stepped up to serve at 5-6, the weight of the set resting on him. Sinner converted on his very first set point with a blistering forehand winner. Andrey Rublev knew he needed a swift and strong response. He sat down during the changeover, a towel draped over his head. He engaged in an animated monologue with himself, a common sight for Rublev fans. He emerged for the second set with a renewed fire in his eyes. Rublev's strategic shift was immediately apparent. He began to attack Sinner's second serve with even greater ferocity. Andrey Rublev skillfully maintained his advantage throughout the second set. He continued to serve with impressive power and accuracy. His forehand remained his most potent weapon, consistently putting Sinner on the defensive. Sinner, to his credit, was trying everything to fight his way back into the set. He held his own service games, often under duress, but he just couldn't seem to make any significant inroads into Rublev's increasingly confident service games. The Russian was firmly in the zone. He was playing with an infectious, swaggering confidence. The pressure was steadily mounting on Sinner to conjure some magic. As the set progressed, Rublev found himself serving for it at 5-3. There were no visible signs of nerves from the Russian. He stepped up to the line with purpose. He hammered down a big first serve. An ace. 15-love. He followed that with a powerful, unreturnable forehand winner. 30-love. He was now just 2 points away from leveling the match at 1 set apiece. The deciding third set began. Both Sinner and Rublev knew exactly what was at stake. Every single point felt magnified, carrying immense weight. Sinner started the decider strongly. He held his opening service game with a display of cool confidence. Rublev immediately responded in kind. His formidable power game was still very much switched on. The early games of the final set went with serve. Neither player was giving anything away cheaply. The quality of play remained extraordinarily high. This was tennis at its most compelling, its most dramatic. The commitment from both athletes was truly incredible to witness. The shot-making became even more varied and inventive. Sinner started to use his tactical acumen, employing clever angles to stretch Rublev. He brought the Russian to the net with deft drop shots. Then, he would attempt audacious lobs. Rublev answered these ploys with his signature brute force. He unleashed crushing forehands that echoed around the arena. Jannik Sinner stepped up to serve at 4-3 in the deciding set. This was undoubtedly a pivotal game. Andrey Rublev knew this was a golden opportunity, perhaps his best chance to strike. He needed to break Sinner's serve now to keep his championship hopes alive. He came out firing from the baseline. He attacked Sinner's serve with controlled aggression. His efforts were rewarded. He earned a crucial break point, 30-40. The tension in the stadium was palpable. You could hear a pin drop. Sinner took a deep, calming breath. He knew he needed to produce his very best tennis in this critical moment. What followed was a defensive masterpiece from the young Italian. Rublev engaged Sinner in a long, grueling rally from the back of the court. He pulled Sinner wide to his forehand, then to his backhand. He hit powerful penetrating shots, relentlessly trying to force an error. But Sinner's defense was simply incredible. He slid across the clay. Andrey Rublev walked to the service line to serve, trailing 3-5 in the deciding set. The pressure on his shoulders was immense. He knew there was absolutely no margin for error now. His tournament life was on the line with every serve, every shot. Sinner, on the other hand, looked calm and confident. He had the momentum firmly in his grasp. He could sense that victory was within reach. He bounced lightly on his toes at the baseline, ready to return. The crowd was buzzing with an electric anticipation. This could very well be the final game of this epic encounter. Many spectators were already on their feet. Sinner played a virtually flawless final game. He approached it with a perfect blend of controlled aggression and tactical astuteness. He made Rublev play, forcing the Russian to go for risky shots. He hit his targets with unerring accuracy. A deep, penetrating return from Sinner forced an error from Rublev on the very first point, 0-15. Sinner then pounced on a short ball, dispatching a clinical forehand winner down the line. The final score tells the story of a titanic struggle. Jannik Sinner defeated Andrey Rublev 7-5, 3-6, 6-4. This was a match that will be etched in the memories of tennis fans for a long time. 3 sets of breathtaking, thrilling tennis. It lasted for nearly 3 captivating hours. Both Sinner and Rublev left every ounce of their energy and skill out on the hallowed clay of the Foro Italico. In the end, Sinner was the deserved winner. He played the crucial points with greater composure and precision. His mental strength, particularly in that tense, deciding set, proved to be the key difference. This victory is undeniably huge for Jannik Sinner. Winning a prestigious Masters 1000 title like Rome is a significant milestone. It will provide a substantial boost to his ranking points. More importantly, it will fill him with immense confidence. He has proven, yet again, that he can compete with and beat the very best players in the world. He has shown that he has the mettle to win big tournaments on the biggest stages. This triumph sets him up perfectly for the remainder of the 2025 season, especially with the clay of Roland Garros and the grass of Wimbledon looming large on the horizon. He is now a serious contender for Grand Slam titles. The 2025 tennis season is shaping up to be an absolutely incredible one.